Hello, my beautiful Cancer babes. So, this is your January 2023 tarot reading. How exciting is that? We are finally in the new year. And so, these are the messages, the overall themes, potential challenges, all that good stuff that you might be experiencing in this month ahead. So, the overall energy that you have here is the High Priestess, which makes total sense, especially since in the beginning of this month, we have a full moon in the sign of Cancer, and Cancer is also known as Moonchild, so definitely a lot of feminine, moon, goddess, high priestess, connecting to your intuition. That's really the theme, the overall theme here that you might be experiencing in January. We also have the number 13, the return of Aphrodite. Temple, birth of the goddess, guidance, goddess energy, treating as sacred. So you might actually be deciding to maybe do some type of cleanse or health journey or something like that, where you're treating your body as sacred. You're treating your body as a temple, and you're really watching what you are consuming. So that could even be like, maybe you've been spending too much time watching the news, or maybe there's somebody on social media that's just too negative or pessimistic and you have to unfollow them or something like that. So what you are mentally, emotionally consuming is going to be important in January as well. So the other overall themes that we have here, I'm going to set that to the side. We have the Page of Wands, Seven of Cups, Page of Cups, I'm not taking reversals here, Six of Pentacles, and the Two of Cups. So right here, it feels like there might be the beginning phases of some type of experience or journey. I'm seeing a couple friends as well. I'm also hearing choices. So especially with that Seven of Cups. If you're single, this message is more for you. It feels like you might have either a lot of suitors or you might have a lot of options when it comes to potential relationships or potential friendships budding, especially with that Two of Cups here. That's some type of special divine connection. Sometimes it can be intimate, sometimes it can be more friendship. So you maybe could have a lot of people interested in being your friend, or potentially a lot of options when it comes to people to maybe be in a relationship with. I could also see this as, making sure that the friendships and the relationships that you have in your life are ones that are feeling imbalanced, that are feeling in balance. You want to make sure that there's that equal give and take, the giving and the receiving of love and energy and all of those things, right? We don't want to be giving too much of ourselves and not getting anything in return. Sometimes, does it feel like we're always the ones to reach out, or does it feel like our friends are always the ones to reach out to us? So maybe coming out of your shell, reaching out to your friends first, would be a nice change. You're getting, I'm also hearing like getting out of your comfort zone. This feels a little bit more playful, especially with this Page of Wands, Page of Cups. Page of Cups is like, anything is possible. I'm dreaming big. I have a big imagination, but I am also having, my intuition is expanding. And then the Page of Wands is like, I'm ready to seek adventure, and I'm feeling creative and inspired and motivated. So I feel like you're stepping into a time where you have like lots of options of, I could be going this route or this route or this route, potentially with, friendships, relationships, or even with maybe job opportunities as well. Maybe you're wanting to follow your passion, following your heart. So there might also be some type of choice here regarding, which route do I go? Am I going to be following where my intuition and my heart is telling me to go? Or am I going to be pulled to some other opportunity over here where it still feels like an adventure, but I also feel like it's unexplored territory, maybe something that you've never done before. And that can be part of why it might be hard for you to make this decision that's coming up in January as well. So I'll get a little bit more into that with the challenge messages here, because I definitely already know that that's going to be a theme that's coming up. I haven't even looked at all these cards, but from the few cards that I have seen, I know that choices and decision making could potentially be a challenge for you, Cancer, in the month of January. The other main message card that I want to talk about is this number 32, quieting the mind. The key concepts are meditation as a commitment, the need for silence, peace within despite chaotic outer conditions, letting go of the monkey mind, and mindfulness. This says, life is chaotic, busy, loud, frenetic, and overwhelming. Some days, all that noise is like the roar of thunder, echoing around you, and it feels as if you're being pummeled by a rainstorm. Isn't this why we take vacations, to get away to somewhere peaceful? In spite of the surrounding din of the world, today you need to slow down and find a bit of peace. So go ahead and take a deep breath right now. Make a commitment to be still, if only for 5 minutes. Count your breaths and be mindful of every one of them. Know that you have all the time in the world to do the things that need doing. Everything is perfect as it is. Our core beliefs about the world originate in our thoughts and feelings, which then become our perceptions. If our thoughts are all over the place, that is how we will experience the outer world. But what if the outer world didn't matter at all? What if at our center, there were a place that is always calm, where the mind doesn't have a million things to say, where problems and challenges aren't nearly as important as we think they are? Today requires you to take an internal break and go to that silent space to regroup. Meditate on the stillness within. Choose a peaceful mind and nothing else. You will be amazed by how easily everything falls into place once you do. So quieting your mind, going within, letting go of the monkey mind, mindfulness, all of that is important in this month of January. And I do feel like that is going to be really important, because I feel like you might be a little bit scattered. You know, your mind might be a little all over the place with trying to make decisions. Do I go this way? Do I go this way? Like, even the Page of Cups is kind of looking out this way. Page of Wands is looking out this way. This, choosing between all of these cups. You know, I want to be able to spread my time over here and over there and make sure that I'm giving to this friend and this group of people, and work and partnership and all of those things. And I feel like partnerships and relationships, friendships, family relationships, whatever it might be, is going to feel important to you. But I also feel like it's kind of pulling you in a bunch of different directions. So just making sure that you take time for yourself, you giving to yourself, allowing yourself to receive that peace, that quiet, that solitude is going to be important for you as well. Creating a sacred space. Your body is a temple, right? You are embracing your goddess energy. Your energy is valuable and important, and you're putting that number one. So I also asked Spirit at the beginning of this which crystal might be good for you in the month ahead, and they said lepidolite. So if you have lepidolite, that might be good for you to work with in the month of January. It naturally has lithium, which is found in a lot of anti-anxiety medications, and so it's really good with stress relief, calming anxiety, all of that stuff. So potential challenges that you might encounter in this month of January, we have the Two of Swords. So there might be an important decision that you're avoiding making, all right? I feel like decision making is going to be a little bit tough for you. And I feel like you're going to be a little bit stuck. Like, I don't want to have to make a decision about this. I was really expecting this to go a totally different way. It's not what I was expecting. And I feel like that could throw you off, because I feel like there's a little bit of a stubbornness there, is what I'm sensing. Is I was expecting things to go one way and they didn't go that way. And now I'm kind of hung up on it and I'm having a hard time moving on. So having a hard time moving on is another issue. Four of Cups, again, it feels like you're a little bit in your head. I feel like you're going to start to pull out of the Five of Cups But you are going to be stuck in your head a little bit. And I think that's why that quieting the mind, getting out of the monkey mind, is going to be important for you. There's a little bit of a stagnant energy. If you're holding yourself down too much, if you're focusing more on the negative or what hasn't gone right, it's going to be harder for you to make that decision to move forward, which is very much needed. Eight of Swords. Yeah, you're holding yourself back in some way. Maybe through this avoidance, you're actually hindering your growth. You're hindering these beautiful experiences that could be coming in for you. So, yeah, there's definitely a potential challenge there of feeling like you're restricted. You know, she's in the mirror, she feels like she has all of these binds on her, these ties, but in reality she doesn't. You have free will. You can make the choice to remove yourself from situations that aren't feeling in balance, right? So that might be part of it. You might have to choose to release somebody from your life. These pages are more of that immature energy. So maybe there's some immature energies. It could be a water sign or a fire sign potentially in your life that you know isn't good for you. And I'm also hearing like mixing fire and water. Is somebody maybe too much involved in your life and they're maybe controlling a little bit too much, or controlling your emotions, having too much of a hold over your emotions, something like that, especially since we have a couple cups cards here. So this would be Aries, Sagittarius, Leo. This could potentially be Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio, you know, just potentially. But what I do see is you have that ability to burst through. I almost see these rays of the sun like these binds bursting off, and there's this freedom. So one of the potential challenges is allowing yourself to feel that emotional freedom, to feel that happiness, to feel that joy, to recognize that you're in control of your emotions, right? Not other people. That you get to choose how you feel today. And that's not considering things like mental illness and all of that stuff. But for the most part, we have that control over, I'm not going to allow somebody else to be affecting my energy, to be draining me, to be taking too much. So that's another potential challenge, is making sure that you're the one that's in control of how you're feeling and not somebody else. So one last message here that we have for Cancer is Ace of Air. Brilliant new ideas and inspirations. Seeing the truth of a situation. A challenging beginning. So there could, if there's something new going on in your life in January, it could potentially have a challenging beginning, but it feels like there's going to be lots of aha moments, divine downloads. You're going to be highly connected to your intuition. You're going to know what's best for you. You just might be hesitant to make a decision because you don't want to hurt other people's feelings. I feel like you're fairly sensitive and protective of other people and their emotions as well, because you are so deeply connected to your own. So I feel like you're going to have inspiration and ideas and these aha moments of what is for your best and highest good. So that's definitely a plus for you there. You just got to have that follow through, Cancer. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining me for this reading. I hope you have a beautiful month ahead, and I will see you in another reading.